I always write my albums, or like how I put them together, of how would I like a live show to be. I don't want only like yeah, and I also don't want to cry throughout the whole thing.
That's my entire show. That's just me in a nutshell.
That is true to you though. Like I love
Yeah, no, of course. I'm not offended by that at all. I think that is literally me. I take full ownership of that. Like, if you are not crying in my show, then you're at the wrong show. Miss Zara, do you want to talk about how we came up with Love Me Land? Wasn't this our last session before like shit hit the fan?
It was the last session before everything shut down.
That's what I thought, yeah.
I always think like, I know the universe does not revolve around me, but it was like, you're done, you got it.
We're out, let's go.
Right. But that's how it felt. I remember walking away from the studio after we wrote it, and I was just like, wow. It was one of those sessions, I feel like, where it was very smooth, very pain-free. All of the sessions with you and Justin are very much like that. Everybody knows who you are. But talk to me a bit more about Justin. Like, who is Justin? How did you guys meet? Why do you think you guys collaborate so well?
So I met Justin almost 6 years ago. I had been working with sort of like the same people, and I just wanted to switch it up, and I wanted to try something new, and he was one of my first sessions that week, and we just, I don't know, I think because we're so different, it works so well. I like to say that like apart we're good, but together we're great.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I don't know, we figured out a way to just sort of finish each other's sentences. It's actually how it started was, I think I did the chorus of Love Me Land and started Love Me Land. And then Justin did the how dare you. He was the one that started that verse. And we were like, oh, that's really cool.
The how dare you. That's right. Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, how do we do like a sort of like an anti-chorus but make it sound really like anthemic and like epic?
Well, it works so good. You guys are like a dream match made in heaven.
And we don't have egos. We're not the kind of.
That's what I love.
Best idea wins. We're not like fighting each other in the studio. We want the best song, and we want to work with the best people, and just be fun and feel good. At the end of the day, that's the whole point of our job.
When did you start writing?
I started professionally writing around 16, 17, so about 10 years now.
Wow.
I've been at the grind, girl. Been grinding.
You've been holding that pen. It's insane though, because it feels like, to me, working with you, that of course you're a brilliant artist as well, but you really started off writing. When did you realize like, I can really do this, I'm really good at it, and it's kind of effortless?
I wouldn't say it's effortless. I think it depends on the room and who you're with.
Yeah.
Some days feel like a struggle and you're like, just get me the out of here. I don't want to be here. And other days, it's like, we go in the studio, we have a good time. We, talk about all the things going on in our lives, and we make Love Me Land. I had no idea you could dance like that. I was like, wow. Was that your original concept for the video?
I've always wanted to do a video where it's just me, like, by myself, no background dancers, no distractions, basically. And I just wanted to dance because, like you say, like, if you heard my music, I like to sing.
Yeah, of course.
I like to write, but not that many people know that I love to dance. And to me, like, it's such a big part of my artistry and what I do live. I don't like crawl on the floor when I perform live, but I want a little something. I want a little something of that in my shows. I just thought it was a really cool idea because the song is so sexy and powerful. So I was like, I don't know if I want like a guy to be like, not necessary. And it's still very sexy. I mean, the song is basically about your attraction for someone else. So we wanted to keep that in, and also just let my kind of body like tell the story of the song, because there's a lot of shots where I don't sing, like I just dance and let my movements express the song.
Keep talking.
And then it just turned out to be a great concept for like the times we're in too. because it's very corona friendly. It's just me. It was directed by Vivi Haska, who's an amazing director from Finland, and I really wanted to work with her, and I was just devastated when I was told that she can't come over because of the traveling ban, and I was just like, no. And then we said, let's just do it like this, like on a live link, and it was so good. Like, we did it, and I'm really happy about it because I felt like I did have something to prove.
Yeah,
I was like, hey.
Yeah, you did. I remember when Joey sent me the video, sent it to me and Justin on a group text, and it was like early in the morning. It was like, I don't know, 8 a.m. or something. I was still in bed, and I watched that thing like 15 times. And I was like, damn, Zara, like, it's so powerful. Just, you know, you're right, just you by yourself, not needing anybody. And I think it's just such a cool and powerful statement. You know, it's like, here I am, I can't dance my ass off, I am supposed to be here, I am iconic. It was beautiful. It's awesome.
Thank you.
This is the first song from your album, right?
Yeah.
When you haven't put out something and then you put out something, you have to make a statement. And that, like, for sure, 100% hands down was a statement.
Yeah.
I, like, applaud you and your whole team for that. So you're putting out your third album. That's incredible. What's the overall theme and how is it different from previous albums?
The red thread when it comes to the topics is, I would say, love. Ta-da, like, what it's usually about, but it's just such a universal feeling, and it's the best feeling in the world. When I write songs, for some reason, I always tend to write about, like, being very attracted, basically, like, are you down to
Yeah.
like, that's what my songs are about if I, like, write them. But it's just so many layers to love. And it's so relatable. How would I say I've grown from my last album? I have just grown up a bit. Like, I'm not a teenager anymore. I'm a young woman. You know, I think I was like 15, 16 when I released a song called, like, She's Not Me. And it was all about, like, this girl stealing my boyfriend. And I was like, she's not, like, I couldn't relate to that because I've never experienced it. And then boom, it happened, you know? And I've just been through stuff, and now I feel like I can say it with my chest. Like, I can back it up. And I could just be honest with it in a different way. It's really hard watching yourself, like, grow up in the mirror. You don't see yourself, like, getting taller. And I feel like it's the same when you write an album, because it's ultimately your little baby. And then I might be able to look back at it in a few years and be like, oh, like, it's very clear how this is different from that. It's very poppy, which I think is super fun. I didn't really plan on it to be that way because I love pop. But I'm also like to dip my toe a bit in the R&B pool, just a little, like, but it's very fun. And I think if you like my previous album, you'll probably be into this one as well. I have read online that, you know, you're working on Inner Monologue Part 3. Is that so? Is that true? Do you have any other plans?
No, I'm doing a full album now. Last year, I was gonna do, like, an Inner Monologue Part 3 to complete sort of all of the IMs and just make an album. But, you know, I think the reason why you and I click so well so fast is because we are both in love and we are both feeling the same sort of feeling. So it's easy for us to, like, conjure those emotions. And we were doing it right at the same time, like, falling in love with people at the same time.
So very new and fresh for both of us.
Absolutely. So I have a lot of those new feelings that I'm feeling, and this is my first time really talking about love. I mean, when I wrote that, I was cynical, I was bitter about love. I've been over by lots of people, and I was like, screw this, I don't give a shit about nobody. And then you fall in love, and it changes your perception of love, and it changes, you know, just your whole chemistry and your makeup. And I want to make an album talking about, all kinds of things, and coming back from that kind of love and figuring out this love and being in this kind of love. And
But that's so nice how true you are to your feelings and like what you're going through in the moment. You wouldn't say like you're a person who just like, oh, let me say this story. Like, it's not really how I feel, but it's a good song. Let me put it on the album.
No. I wish I could be that person sometimes. I would get out of my way, you know, but yeah, I'm working on it now. I think we're gonna put out a song sometime soon.
I can't wait.
And
I'm very excited to hear it. I'm excited to hear Happy Julia. Okay.
Yeah, it's so weird. I don't know. I don't understand this person yet, but we'll get there.
Amazing.
Inner monologue is always going to be a part of me. It'll always be the thing that I feel, you know, super attached to when I sing at my shows, because I know that my fans are attached to those songs. And, you know, it's like that.
When you talk, I don't know why. It's just really beautiful to hear.
But I'm excited for this new chapter. But it'll always be a part of me, I think.